This game is called Election. There's actually two different versions of this game. There's a simple version for kind of learning how to play, or if you just, don't want to think that hard. And we're going to start with that one, and then we'll show you the higher level version, the advanced version.
The real version?
The real version.
Just kidding. The more complicated version is fine.
Yeah.
So, we each get a hand of 7 cards, and I dealt, so I'm going to let Brian pick a card first. He's going to put it down on the table.
I'm going to do that pretty soon.
Someday. Some way. What?
Somehow.
We actually can't sing, so we're not going to try. Now, I have to pick a card that is not blue, okay? Because he picked a blue card, so let me see what I can do. I hate your breathing guts, Brian. Okay.
So really, right now, this card is just to say that I'm choosing blue. The fact that it's an air card and a 3 card doesn't really matter. It's really just about the fact that it's blue.
Yeah, and same with my card.
Same goes for Rob's
Especially
card.
because, as you can see, they share the fact that they're both 3 and that they're both air. But my card is green, his card is blue, so any blue cards that we play are going to help Brian, and any green cards are going to help me.
So, what we're doing here is we're playing, this is a trick-taking game, and for every round, the deck plays the first card. And this card is a red card, so it doesn't help either of us. It's neutral. So, I'm going to go first, since that's a disadvantage.
And
I got to choose my card first.
Right.
So I'm going to play this blue 4 card. It doesn't matter that it's Earth. We'll talk about that in the advanced version. So this blue 4 card is helping me, is 4 points toward my winning, and the 2 doesn't do anything, so let's see what Rob has in store for us.
I do not have good cards. I shouldn't be telling Brian this, but I'm going to be telling you this. I don't have good cards. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to play this card because it's a really good card for Brian. I know I'm going to lose this trick, so I might as well really lose it. Okay, I'm not going to lose it any more than I otherwise would.
He's essentially getting rid of this card that's bad for him.
Yeah. So Brian takes that trick. The trick is 3 cards in this instance, but it's not necessarily always 3 cards. It can be more. And we'll try to show you how if we happen to tie.
And since I won this trick, I'm going to play the first card here as well. It looks like this is going 4 to Rob. So if I can, I want to pull ahead, or I might want to use some strategy and save my good cards for later. Right now, I think I'm going to just play a really good card for Rob because I think that's a pretty good card for him. So I might as well get rid of my cards that are good for him.
I really like this because I have good cards for Brian, so I'm going to play one. So he gets 5 points for the X card. In this game, X's are worth 5. Okay. So he gets 5 for the X, I get 5 plus 4, which is 9. So I still win the trick, and Brian gets to get rid of a bad card, and I get to get rid of a bad card, which is good for the 2 of us, even though I win the trick. So I won the trick. So I'm gonna put in that take a card from the deck. It doesn't matter who does that, but I'm gonna play the next card. And this card is good for me, so I want to try to keep that up if I can. So I'm going to play this card. This is just a red card, and it doesn't matter that it's an X because red cards don't help either one of us. So it's essentially a 0 card. Doesn't matter.
And that's going for Rob. I don't really have anything that can help me, although Rob shouldn't really know that. So I'm going to also play a neutral card.
That's going to help me. I'm going to put this trick here like this so I can tell that I have 2 tricks. Now what happens is that we play with 3 hands. The first hand is 7, which goes down to 6, because we take a card out of our hand to play this. So you play a hand of 6, and another hand of 6, and another hand of 6. So you basically play 3 hands of 6 cards. And Brian won the last trick, so he's going to start this one.
And you'll notice that we're kind of keeping track of these tricks, because once we get up to 27 cards here, then we've won the game. And the idea is that we're actually taking part in an election. This is our party card. These are our respective party cards. And as we play the tricks, we're actually getting votes. And each card represents 10 votes. So when I get 27, I have 270 electoral votes, and I win the election.
And about 2 months later, someone swears him in.
So I guess I won the last trick, is that right? So I have to play on this red X, and the fire doesn't really matter. So it's a neutral card, and I will bring it somewhat in my direction.
Somewhat. Well, I'll play this, and I will win the trick. It's 4 to me, 1 to him, so I win. That's barely in Brian's favor. So I'm going to play this, and play a neutral card, and see what he does.
I will also play a neutral card, and take that just barely.
That state was pretty close.
Yeah.
A lot of independence.
Okay, so this red X card, I have to play on that. It's neutral, so I'm going to pull it over in my direction, I think.
I can't really do anything about that, so there you go. There's another card that's good for me, and we both have only 1 card left, so it doesn't matter who plays first. And I win this trick. And we'll deal out another final hand of 6 cards.
And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of tricks, which means I have 18 cards total. And it looks like we're pretty close.
Since I won the last trick, I'm gonna play the next card. Play this guy, get hit by 5, and see what Brian does. Watch him squirm. Oh, well, there we go.
Getting rid of a card for Rob.
That's a landslide state right there, my friends.
Alright. It's pretty early yet, so, but I'm gonna play kind of a daring card. Since I'm already winning by 5, I'm gonna play this 1 card towards Rob, and that'll help him, but I'm still ahead 4.
I don't have a card that can win the trick for me, so I'm going to play a card that helps out Brian and let him have the trick. It doesn't hurt also that I'm ahead, and now we're tied in tricks, and how many cards we have in our tricks. So, Brian plays on that. That's 5 to me, which is pretty good.
Let's just make it more.
Okay. Now, due to the makeup of my hand, I'm going to play this. Neutral still goes to me. And now I'm at 8 tricks. So if I win 1 more trick, no matter how big it is, I'm going to win the game.
And I need 2 more tricks in order to win the game. But I have limited resources here, so I'm going to actually play this card, because I think it's the only way that I can win. So that means it's 1 to me. And I'm taking a risk here, so...
I'm going to play this. Here's what happens. We're tied. This red card doesn't help either one of us. The blue card helps him, and the green card helps me. So we're tied at 1 each. So here's what happens. The deck will play a 4th card to the trick. And that will maintain the tie because it happens to be a red card, so neither one of us gets helped. So now each player plays another card to add 2 more cards to the trip.
And since I had to play first, I have to play first again.
And I'm going to play this, which between these two, we're tied up to this point. So between these two, he gets the points. He has more points than I do. So he takes all 6 of these cards.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and split these up into 3 and 3 just to keep track of things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that actually means that I win. So that is the simple version of election, and next we'll show you the hard version.